Hello and welcome to a quick update number 7. I've been working on quite a large video this month with lots of detail and it's kicking my ass. So I decided to just take a break and procrastinate, and instead of just watching some anime or scrolling through TikTok, I decided to make some heels for Mikasa's unfinished boots. And yeah, totally impractical. Wouldn't make sense for her to wear this in the show, but I don't know, just been seeing a lot of knee-high, high-heel boots, and I thought, you know what, Mikasa could rock that look. So here we are. They turned out pretty good. Basically made them the same way as Nami's. And also, speaking of Nami, I made her face, or a version of her face, a prototype of her face. And here's a bunch of other face prototypes I've been looking at. And then here's a Berserker Deku for those MHA manga readers. And yeah, I've been trying to redesign how I make faces so it is simplified and easy and repeatable, and so I can actually create templates for them that you guys can follow, because the way I have been doing them is excessively complicated. You can see I made the flat version of the face. This is how I used to make faces out of paper for the longest time, all the way up until 2017. You can see Kenshiro's face is like that, and it really suits him. But no, I think the most challenging part of the face is easily getting the cheeks. Getting the cheeks to curve back toward the eye socket and then out and forward again for the brow is easily the hardest part. Also, here's some Yugioh Hanma drawings. That's, you know, kind of what the next video is going to be about. And here's a bunch of them. They look really fantastic. And here's the one that is going to be featured in the video that I turned into this glorious 2D model. But I don't mention this in the video, but I decided that I don't like it very much. His proportions are just a little bit off, and I'm talking millimeters here. But I think his knees are just a little bit too thick, which de-emphasizes the real roundness of his quads. His waist, I wanted to be actually even thinner. I wanted his chest to be even wider and deeper. I wanted his traps to actually be a little bit smaller, so it emphasizes the real roundness of his shoulders, and actually wanted to make his arms slightly skinnier, which by contrast will make his lats and his torso look even more crazy V-shape. So here's some corrections to that. That's interesting to me. Maybe it's interesting to you. Moving on. Here's a Spike drawing. Yep, I watched Cowboy Bebop all the way through for the first time at the start of this year, and Spike Spiegel has one of the coolest minimal designs there is. And the color palette actually, though, is a much brighter, more vibrant blue, based more off of the Netflix Spike. And, you know, if there's one thing that show got right, it's the color of the suit. I love the suit. Suit's good. Here's Eren. Bit of a redesign where I gave him an actually cool looking hoodie with a bit more color and some just pants. I mean, and he's barefoot because freedom. And I like it. I like this Eren's just a little bit more interesting than the plain brown coat he has in the show. What do you think? Here's some Cyber Dragon drawings and some dual discs from Yu-Gi-Oh! I've been doing a real sort of deep dive back into Yu-Gi-Oh! It was a big part of my childhood, and man, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX has just some of the best character designs in fiction. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has got some serious, like, if you ignore the card game and you ignore the actual story that's been dumbed down to kids because for kids, there's a really interesting premise and some amazing character designs within Yu-Gi-Oh! Here's a whole bunch of cards I have that I just have sitting on my desk because they look absolutely amazing. And I think what triggered all of this was I bought some Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. I bought the Cyber Dark structure decks and just made a Cyber Dragon deck, and it's really crazy fun. And look at the artwork though. Like, that was what made me like Yu-Gi-Oh! So much as a kid, was just how phenomenal all of the illustrations are, and I could never get enough. I always look to these for inspiration, by the way, for any original characters that I don't design, or anytime I want to alter the designs of existing characters. So yeah. I also got the first volume of the Yugioh Manga, actually, because apparently it doesn't focus so much on the card games and just more of the story. And the lore of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is really cool. Like the ancient Egypt stuff with the Pharaoh and the death games, man, really, really interesting. So yeah, that'll be fun to read. I also got all the Fire Punch volumes, except I'm missing 2, 3, 4, is it? 2. In preparation for reading through all of Chainsaw Man, I thought I would read through Fire Punch. And unlike Chainsaw Man, I can actually get the Fire Punch volumes, because for some reason, Chainsaw Man's just always out of stock. And in Australia, it's very difficult. Man, the pandemic has really affected getting manga in Australia, I tell you. Yeah. What else is going on, guys? This It's December now. What an exciting month we have ahead of us. So much content. JoJo just came out. JoJo Stone Ocean, 12 episodes up on Netflix right now. I'm gonna watch some of it. Spider-Man comes out later this month. Demon Slayer finally enters the new content instead of retreading the film. And a lot of interesting stuff has just come out that I watched. We've got Arcane. I just watched Arcane, which I like. The last 2 episodes really sold me on it. The first 7 were just solid. Mushoku Tensei, however, is perhaps, that's my new obsession, I think. It's one of the best fantasy anime I've seen so far. It's incredible. And I love the slower pace, and it's so interesting how it actually walks you through the entirety of a character's life. I really hope this adaptation keeps up at this quality for as long as possible, because oh my god, we're talking about a fantasy world here that I could really see rivaling One Piece for me. Of course, One Piece is phenomenal. It's always interesting. Just had the big 1000th episode, and aren't the visuals just fantastic in the anime? I always watch the episodes just to see how the characters are drawn and what kind of animators put their unique flair into each scene. Phenomenal stuff. But back to JoJo. It's really weird that 12 episodes have come out all at once because Netflix, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I want 1 episode a week, because at 1 episode a week, that means we get new, fresh JoJo content every week for nearly a year. I love that. I don't want to just have it all binged and then you have this real big high and then nothing. I do not like this at all. 1 episode a week is the perfect tempo. Anything 12 episodes at once is, whatever. I'm not happy about that, but okay. But I'm happy that it is back. I think Jolene, by the way, her design is so cool. Just the visuals already really look like, I don't know. Jolene just has the best color palette of any JoJo so far, I think. Really, really like her look. So what else? I also did some YouTube shorts recently just to try it out and see, and I do like the 1 minute limit on the videos. I think that forces me to be really specific and concise with what I'm saying. But I kind of just wish that I made those videos in full aspect ratio. I don't really like that they're vertical. It doesn't really do well. And then, you don't really make a lot of money off them because there's no advertising. And then sometimes YouTube doesn't even have the custom thumbnails. I don't know about YouTube shorts, so I probably won't do them anymore. But I think I'll try to make that style of video. Just, it might end up being longer than a minute and it'll have a full aspect ratio. Also though, YouTube removed the dislike button. Why? They realized that devalues the like button, right? There's no point in rating anything at all now. I very much liked the fact that I had to have like a 97+% like to dislike ratio on each video. And then like, how do people, it's just silly, I think. I don't know. It's like, if everything's liked, then nothing is. It's only through comparing opposites that you sort of understand what each thing is. It's stupid. But I am just now realizing that Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok don't have a dislike button, do they? But there's always the comments to scathe people, isn't there? Finally got the last volume of Attack on Titan. This one took a while to come out, but I'm glad that it's here so I can reread it for myself and get the better translation. And yeah, you'll have noticed that I didn't actually record footage of myself for this one. I'm just speaking into the microphone right now because God, I wanted to do this quick, and when you have to start recording yourself, then you have to like get the camera out and set it up and light it accordingly, make sure it's framed properly, and then afterwards you have to sync the audio with the visuals, and then you have to look into the camera and like make eye contact, and then in editing it's just so much harder because my computer can't process the HD footage, so everything's lagged and I have to go frame by frame and it's difficult. Anyway, but in case you missed my face, here's some footage from videos I didn't make. This one is 2 years ago after I made my first JoJo video. How you doing, Jotaro? It's been a while, huh? I actually decided to record a second one talking about the symbolic meaning behind a lot of the stands, and just, it's a cool video. I'm going to remake it eventually, but I just recorded the talking part, and so you can look at that if you want. And then another video I made was turning Goku into a chicken. Was a crazy idea I had one night, and didn't end up doing it. But if you want to see those videos, they will be on my Patreon in tier 1. So for just $1, you can get access to them. Might be some interesting content. And also another change to Patreon is I'm just making all of my drawings in tier 2 now. So for $5, you'll get access to just every drawing I've done. All of these character sheets, the design sheets, the Yugioh Manga ones, the character cards, everything. And you only have to pay for 1 month and you'll get access to all of them if that's all you're there for. So consider supporting me there if you'd like. I'd appreciate it. And otherwise, I think that's gonna do it from this video. I can't really think of anything else I have to say. Just want an excuse to make some heels and make Nami's face and get some content out there while I go back to editing my larger video, which is like 20 minutes long. So, all right then, thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Oh, like, rate, comment. You can't dislike though. Haha. Anyway, see you later.